nestled among the peaks of the Rocky Mountains. We're in the beautiful city of Denver, Colorado. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2DA.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, DA. Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
And the Clippers starting five. They've got Batum. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. And for Denver, we've got Will Barton. Jokic is out there with Bull. Then there's Murray. And it's Porter in at the three, the small forward. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Leonard against Porter. Back to Jokic. From outside the arc. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Leonard finds George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Back to Leonard. It's George on the wing. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players. But you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And that one, good.
And you see defenses trying to be physical with Bol. That time, contact on the shot had no effect.
And Batum kicks to George. Outside Jackson. Fires from deep. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for Denver. It's a three-point game. Barton, no luck.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
Leonard, the pass to George. Leonard looking over the floor. Batum wide open. He fires. Off target from three-point range. For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And it's Jokic missing. Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
A self-described country boy from the town of Sombor, Serbia. Jokic grew up racing horses, no less.
Boy, those are some nice factoids, Greg. Well done. From stable boy and jockey, but as he grew, basketball made the most sense. And to this day, he still loves horses and actually still has a few back in Serbia. Boy, the mobility of Jokic, very impressive. This guy gets to the basket well for a big man.
On the wing, Batum. Over Jokic. Zubac, the pass to Batum. 6 on the shot clock. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
And that jump shot by Porter is pure. Has such a fluid shooting motion.
Back to Batum, trying to end the drought. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor.
You know, Nick Batum, out of France, taken 25th in the 2008 draft. If there was a redo, he's a lottery pick.
Now here's Gordon. Astonagi. Back to Gordon. And it's Gordon with the finish.
Aaron Gordon is no pushover. Far from it. I mean, with the ability to knock down shots despite contact, this young fella's impressive.
Kennard, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. That free throw good from Gordon.
And no doubt last season was a bit of a step backwards for Aaron Gordon. After that breakout 2019 season, his numbers just didn't hold up.
And, you know, Greg, the issue was his shooting. You know, Gordon had a tough time from distance, especially from three-point range. Some of that is maybe mechanics, but also shot selection a part of it. And I also thought he was a little more passive with the ball, maybe a little more indecisive. But again, he's a young player, really young player, so I'm thinking it was probably just an off year for him, and he'll bounce back in good fashion. And Gordon taking advantage of the fact that when he gets up in the air like that, nobody's interested in getting in his way.
And Patterson kicks to Rondo. Stolen by McGee. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Najee. Finished off the break.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Morris outside. The pass to Patterson. And they get it. Outside Rondo. And the Clippers miss again. And here's Gordon. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that does it for the first quarter. The Nuggets on top. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the Nuggets. They've got JaVale McGee. Green is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Murray.
Boy, for a 7-footer, he's got really good bounce, does JaVale McGee, and doing a nice job working on the glass there.
Here's Mann. Rebounded by McGee.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Campazzo. And he converts the layup.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now here's Rondo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Morris passes to Rondo. A second chance effort. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Los Angeles with another miss.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Murray kicks to McGee. Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg, as a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot, and you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well, but so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. Pass to Dozier. Gordon against Batum. Lob pass to Gordon. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
You know, that's just sloppy basketball, giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Now here's Jackson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And George now top of the key.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And that one's good. Millsap. Millsap's got the lead up to 12 now for the Nuggets.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is,
the better the team.
Gordon, the pass to Dozier. Tipped away. And that'll be Denver as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets retain possession. And the Nuggets for some changes. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Just 5 to shoot. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Jamal Murray, he's checked in for the Nuggets.
Jamal Murray.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Over Jackson. And that one hits back iron. Clippers trail by 10.
And if you're drawing up your starting 5 for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray makes a strong case. This guy is fearless and didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And Murray, we know, can be streaky great. Still mid 30% for his career from three-point range.
Of course, the degree of difficulty pretty high on a lot of his shots. Off the bounce with a hand in his face. And he's more than a shooter, a versatile scorer who can get it done in a variety of ways.
And 1:01 left to play in the first half. And George, here we go. Denver grabs the miss.
Does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Martin from outside does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. And George with the stuff.
One of the great athletes in the league, and there are a bunch of them, but he's at the top of the list. Ferocity on that throwdown from Paul George.
Jackson against Murray. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And the Nuggets lead by 12.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Here's George, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And I think George is clearly one of the most difficult covers in the league. When he's taking it strong to the basket, the defense sometimes has no choice but to foul it.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Here's Jokic. That'll do it for the first half. Nugget. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They were always within striking distance. And that.
Feel like Carson Wentz, I got the wisdom and sit the bench, I got a funny feeling
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Paul George really making a difference here.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
So for the Clippers right now, Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Jackson. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. Clock at 6. Barton dishes to Bull. And the dunk by Bull.
Now, you got to remember, Barton isn't just a scorer. This guy is also superb at finding open teammates.
Now George. 10 points for him. Now here's Jackson. Back to George. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. George has got 12 points in the game. The Nuggets leading by 10. Barton outside. Murray against Jackson. It's good.
And the confidence oozing from Murray. Just so efficient from the interior.
And it's the Clippers with the ball.
And with what we saw in the bubble, Murray has clearly elevated his game. Showed that he could be a #1 option on offense. I mean, his output was an incredible part of that run for the Nuggets.
Now here's Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
For Denver, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Jackson against Murray. Outside Porter. Back to Murray. Stolen by George. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Jackson, that's good.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
You know, Greg, the further we went into the playoffs, the more Jamal Murray looked like a star.
I mean, Kevin, big shots in clutch situations. Logged heavy minutes, but, you know, never wavered. A truly heroic performance from Murray all postseason.
Here's George following the basket by Jokic. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Now here's Rondo. Here's Dozier. The shot's good from McGee. And now a 12-point Denver lead.
It really balances out the backcourt when McGee is able to provide points inside. I mean, that's big.
Millsap finds McGee. Here's Dozier. He's covered by Leonard. Gordon with no one around, and it's off from three-point range. Clippers trail by 12. Left side, Leonard. Over Millsap. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Patterson. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of those.
Yes.
On defense, Denver. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Rondo kicks to Leonard. Over Gordon. Steps back and drains the jump shot. Leonard's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Clippers. Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Gordon against Rondo. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And it's Millsap with the extra effort. And the Nuggets lead by 10.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Morris, no good. Passes it to Millsap. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Rondo with the ball. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Denver going into the break with a 10-point lead. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Jokic is out there with Jermichael Green. Then it's Porter. Then there's Jamal Murray. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A step-back shot here. Another miss by Rondo. Denver leading by 10. The drive by Green. Jokic passes to Green. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Green's got his first bucket in this one.
And, you know, this is something Jokic does extremely well. He excels at finding the open man with quality passes.
Kennard, the bounce pass. Patterson finds Kennard. Back to Patterson. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Good work there as it goes. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Clippers. Down by 12. On the wing, George. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And they go to the intentional foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And George is not just a scorer now. He also passes the ball well, looking to keep his guys involved.
Murray against Jackson. And it's good, 2 points.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Clippers trail by 12. On the wing, Morris. Back to Jackson. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Zubac kicks to Jackson. Zubac's in the post. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. Murray surveying the D. Pass to Barton. Shot clock at 6. There's the pass to Jokic. Offensive rebound.
Hey, Murray's reputation and profile is that of a scorer. I mean, that's what he is, but he's also showing you that he's not afraid to get his hands dirty either.
Pass to Batum. 4th quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Morris inside. For 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Gordon against George. Gordon the pass to Murray. Now here's Gordon. He's guarded closely. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Jokic with it. Guarded now by Jackson. The Nuggets with a new 14. Murray kicks to Jokic. Martin passes to Murray. Here's Jokic. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Jokic has got the lead up to 14 now for the Nuggets. Back to Zubac. On the wing, Batum. .106 left in the 4th quarter. Off target at the rim. The Nuggets leading by 14.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Nuggets.
Their inside game was what secured them to win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high-percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for JaVale McGee.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Denver the rebound. Barton kicks to Jokic. From deep. Paul George grabs the miss. And here is Zubac. To the middle. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Hey, and George really is one of the better dunkers in the league, actually one of the best. He's creative, he's got great bounce, excellent length, and pretty creative every time he gets a chance to throw it down.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks, for Greg. it's...
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, we've got Reggie Jackson. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2 guard. Now here's Doncic. The shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
In the corner, George with it. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is, because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. 5 on the clock. Doncic with the steal, pushing it up. Floats it up for Doncic. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And what started it all, terrific anticipation on the defensive end.
And that's exactly how you get yourself into transition. The gamble pays off.
Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Well, Luka can get himself into the paint with consistency, and boy, does he make that a high percentage finish.
Outside Jackson. On the wing, Batum. Kleba defending. And Batum kicks to Zubac. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Now, here's Doncic. And the rejection by Zubac. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. They now take the lead.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Doncic against Jackson. Batum grabs the miss.
And, you know, he just got a little ahead of himself on that one. How does a great finisher not dunk that ball? I still can't figure that one out.
Here's Porzingis, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Nicholas Batum. Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But, you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Well, we know that Patrick Patterson can step away and be a force as a face-up guy, but still plenty dangerous inside.
Left side, Redick. Bucket is good.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Here's Mann after J.J. Redick's bucket. Here's Patterson. Nice D from Porzingis. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Here's Powell. And with the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Morris into the lane.
Well, Marcus Morris is a guy who is unafraid of a little contact. That's a nice play right there.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw good for Morris. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. And Morris drops them both.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Brunson scanning the floor. Keeps it alive, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Carly Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
And it's Rondo penetrating, and the shot goes in.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Redick with the three. That one doesn't drop. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. To the inside. Kennard kicks to Morris. Patterson passes to Rondo. Here's man, covered by Redick. And yes, it's good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Mavericks trail by 4. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Brunson. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And we all know that Redick can shoot it. And I mean shoot it well. But there, nice dime to set up a teammate.
Rondo passes to Patterson. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Patterson's got his second basket.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Clippers lead by 4. We've got more in store for you right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Paul George. Patrick Patterson is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Kennard in at shooting guard.
Carly Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
To the paint. Patterson can't get it to go.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
Redick. Again, the Mavericks score. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Leonard, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Here's Leonard, following the score by Dallas. Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Here's Leonard. After Luka Doncic's bucket, Batum wide open. He fires. Off target with his 3.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Here's Finney-Smith. Here's Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And George kicks to Leonard. Now, here is George. He's got 7. Kicks it out to Leonard. Outside Jackson. Shot clock at 5. They get it back. And the dunk by Zubac.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what, Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
And the Mavericks with possession here. The Clippers getting the bucket.
I'll tell you this, Luka Doncic will never turn down an opportunity to finish at the rim. He's elite and loves those opportunities.
Now here's Leonard. Left side, Batum. Outside for George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Off target from outside. Mavericks trail by 3. Here's Finney Smith. Up again. He is hauled in by Paul George. And it's Batum with the ball. Bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. George. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, an aggressive player at the rim. Paul George has the kind of athleticism to make a defense look silly.
The drive by Doncic. Here's Cauley Stein. Tries again. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Leonard, the pass to Zubac. He dishes it to Batum. Down low. Here's Zubac. And the layup's good off the glass. And now a 7-point Los Angeles lead.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Doncic. He drains it from the right block. Doncic has got 8 here in the quarter.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Jackson passes to Zubac. The layup off target. Paul George with the steal. Up in time. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Paul George.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the end. And that...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward.
Well, you want to talk about a picture-perfect jumper. Luka Doncic knows a thing or two about getting into the mid-range.
And George kicks to Batum. And the dunk by Batum.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
It doesn't go for him. Los Angeles leading by 7. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
Finney Smith passes to Doncic. No good with the layup.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have, just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Jackson looking around. Leonard the pass to Jackson. To the middle. Zubac kicks to Jackson. Sinks the triple. And it's a 12-point Clipper lead. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
George with no one around. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
The drive by Doncic. Count it. And with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
If he sees a lane to the rim, Doncic will capitalize. Nice drive.
Outside Jackson. Back to George. High post, Zubac. The shot's good on the assist by George. Zubac has got the lead up to 12 now for the Clippers. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. And Doncic, here we go. Missed inside.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Batum passes to Jackson. Inside. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Both teams deciding to change it up. Mavericks trail by 12. 1:24 left to play here in the third. Rondo with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Morris with the bucket.
I'll tell you, you have to take pride in finishing through contact. You get the sense Marcus Morris relishes that chance.
Brunson kicks to Porzingis. Dallas, no good that time either.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Man passes to Patterson. Rondo looking around. And they double up Rondo. Back to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, Rondo just working the ball around there. He loves finding his teammates when they're open in the sweet spots.
Out to Porzingis. Fires from 18. He squares up and sinks it.
And just using the natural advantage he has, he can see over the top of the defense.
And he has got such good touch from that medium range area. It's an option they can always go to.
Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Was shot by Redick. No good. Los Angeles leading by 16. Man can't hit.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Offline. And so it's Los Angeles, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Patrick Patterson is out there with Morris. That's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Man in at the 2-guard. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now here's Porzingis. And he banks in the layup. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up,
they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
And every year it seems to me Kristaps Porzingis willing to take on more and more responsibility. There is a process to becoming a better leader, and Kristaps Porzingis is right in the middle of it.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers.
Ooh, that kind of defense, it's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well, for the most part, they were just standing still. And you've got an easy 2 points.
Yeah, and despite his restrictions offensively, you still have to close off the lane or he'll burn you.
Here's Mann. Kicks to Patterson. Over Porzingis. Now the pass to Mann. Rondo against Brunson. Morris outside. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Offline with his 3.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Back to Powell. Here's Brunson. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Pass to Mann. Here's Leonard. Yeah, the step back, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. And the Clippers lead by 14.
Kawhi Leonard is efficient with his shooting form, makes it look easy right there.
Brunson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. And it's Richardson in for J.J. Redick. Now, here's George. Unloads from 9. Shot, high post. Good, he hits the jump shot.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Jackson against Brunson. Here's Kleber. And the shot goes in. Kleber's got his first points of the night.
What an excellent post-entry pass. Good things happen when you make that next look.
George looking over the floor. Back to Jackson. On the wing, Batum. Leonard on the wing. Fast break, Dallas. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Dallas. Jackson against Doncic. And Batum kicks to Jackson. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. On the wing, Jackson. Back to Batum. Just 5 on the clock. Second chance effort. Zubac the pass to Batum. Here's Leonard. It's good. And the Clippers lead by 14.
This guy is such an excellent finisher at the rim. He's got incredibly long arms and very strong hands.
And Doncic hits it to go.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Jackson finds George. Back to Jackson. Pass to Zubac. George against Porzingis. A nice shot by George.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Los Angeles.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside.
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Past a man. Here's Coffey. No good on the three. One-on-one fast break. Here's Redick. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Near the three-point line, it's Morris. No good off the back of the rim. So the Clippers winning this one easily. A confident win and one where they clearly A stunning view of the moon over our broad. And
hey, Kevin, the Mavericks had...
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Jokic is out there with Michael Porter. Then it's Will Barton. Then there's Bull. And it's Murray in at the point. And for Dallas, Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5 spot. Porter finds Murray. Here's Jokic. Back to Barton. 5 on the clock. Passes to Bull. Barton trying to get open. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Well, this seems to be a game that could be very tactical, Greg. Both teams relying on execution in the half court.
And Kevin, you're going to see a lot of ball movement and body movement, and you can't just stand around and watch one guy go to work. I think that puts so much pressure on the defense with how the game is played.
And an emphasis on coaching, too.
Yes.
Now Bull, after Luka Doncic's three-pointer that didn't go. It's Barton with the drive, and Barton throws it down.
Running with purpose. Whenever Barton gets a lane right to the rim, he's going to rise up with power and throw it down.
Doncic passes to Richardson. Back to Doncic. And stolen by Barton. To the inside, the kick out to Porter. Murray surveying the D. Jokic passes to Murray. Just 5 to shoot. Bull, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
The towering presence that is Bull. Good at staying active and going after those offensive rebounds.
Now, here's Doncic. Cauley Stein passes to Porzingis. Porter against Hardaway. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Nuggets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Murray outside. And the pass to Jokic. Outside, Porter. Wide open look here for Murray. That 3 off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Good on the shot.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Here's Murray after the basket by Willie Cauley-Stein. And there it is for him.
Murray locked in on the task at hand, not allowing the defense to bother his shot at all.
Doncic outside. Out to Hardaway. Puts up a 3. Buries it from three-point range.
Encouraging to see Hardaway Jr. knock it down from there, proving he can do damage from this area.
The Nuggets have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Murray against Doncic. He gets that one.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Murray against Doncic. Jacks up a 3. No good on the shot. And the Nuggets going the other way. Bull with it. Shoots over Doncic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Luka Doncic.
Yeah, Bull with the unique combination of height and skill. That's a challenge for any defender.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the...
Here's the break. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And the dunk by Bull.
That's just too easy for Bull. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
Brunson kicks to foul. Bringing the quarter to a close with a set. We recently checked in with Jamal Murray, who discussed the team's approach to
the mentality of how we play and how we move the ball.
Greg, sounds like something a coach would say.
It's probably something his coach has said time and time again, but Murray's really matured into a reliable, sometimes spectacular performer for this team.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Nuggets, they've got JaVale McGee, Aaron Gordon out there with Paul Millsap, and it's Dozier in at the 2.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
The Nuggets leading by 7. Pass to Dozier. Back to Gordon. Here's Najee. To the paint. Millsap passes to McGee. Here's Dozier. Guarded by Marjanovic. Here's Brunson. No good on that one. Here's Denver now. Here's Najee. There's the dish to McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
You know, all McGee needs, guys, is good positioning. Once he has that, dunking the ball is elementary.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Denver.
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
Now here's Brunson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Marjanovic. Gordon with the defensive effort.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duo.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Now, here's Burke. He's got 6. Porzingis inside, guarded by Porter. Porzingis can't hit. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Nuggets. 3-point game.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back. Boy, Richardson has a sneaky mid-range game, folks. Keeps the defense off balance.
Campazzo. A putback. It's good on the putback. And the Nuggets lead by 8.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Here's Burke. And the 3 off target. The Nuggets have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot.
Back to Murray. He feeds it to Green. Second shot opportunity. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now Dallas takes it the other way. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Richardson. That misses off the backboard.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Now here's Porter. Defense right on him. Can't hit from in close.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
Here's Porzingis. Another shot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You know, all that size and length there. When Porzingis is using his body like this, I mean, it forces the defense to be aggressive.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Barton passes to Gordon. With 1 on the clock, and it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. And so it's the Denver Nuggets holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here. It was Bol who got hot in the first. He had 8 points. Well, what can... And that should do.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. It's been quite a game for Bol.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Cauley Stein in at the center position. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. And Jokic slams it in.
Boy, a lot of energy and hustle on display from Jokic that time. Never giving up on a possession.
The 3 for Doncic. Porzingis against Jokic. And stolen by Bol. Murray left side. Outside Porter. It's Barton on the wing. Porter looking it over. Misses the 3. Mavericks trail by 10. Doncic outside. Launches it. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Murray finds Porter. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. Maxi Kleba, he's checked in for Dallas. Jalen Brunson comes in for Josh Richardson. And Denver with a change here, too. Paul Millsap is checked in for Michael Porter. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile one block.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
Denver leading by 8. Murray right side. Here's Jokic, and the rejection by Cauley Stein. Bull the pass to Jokic. From 6 feet out, he nails it. Jokic has got the lead up to 10 now for the Nuggets.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Hangs in the air. Paul Millsap with the rebound.
Only 20% from the field to start this half. To me, it looks like their opponent may have made some nice adjustments.
And just no fear, guys. I mean, he is willing to mix it up in the paint with the big boys.
Millsap against Hardaway. Over Millsap. Bank shot. No good. For Denver, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. And the dunk by Bull.
Millsap doing a nice job there reading the defense and makes a nice slick pass to burn the opponent.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the dunk by Doncic.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
And Murray, here we go. Over Doncic. Murray finds Jokic. The Nuggets moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. Millsap passes to Bull. Tries from 16. It's rebounded by Dallas. Now here is Hardaway. And it's sent back by Millsap.
Pretty cool to see Millsap turn shots back. I mean, he's a mobile, athletic, big man who is taking pride in his defensive work.
A different look for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Doncic. Here's McGee. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. McGee's got 7 points in the game.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Dozier. Passes it to Jokic. No good there off the double clutch.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
Redick is in the corner. And there's the pass to Kleba. Feeds it to Powell. Stolen by McGee. 29 seconds left in the third.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Brunson the pass to Powell. Inside. And that's off the glass and in.
Dwight Powell certainly is high energy, and his hops help him a lot inside.
Now Gordon. Here's Jokic. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Denver Nuggets up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with JaMychal Green is out there with JaVale McGee. Then it's Michael Porter. Then it's Will Barton.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Stolen by McGee. Outside, Porter. Over in the corner, Green. Porter against Kleba. Outside, Porter. To the middle. Porzingis with the steal. Kleba inside. Guarded by Porter. Kleba with the bucket.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Doncic is subbed in for Richardson. Paul Millsap's checked in for the Nuggets. Gordon comes in for Will Barton. 3 on the clock. Puts it up from 12. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein. Mavericks trail by 10. Doncic with it. He's picked up by Millsap. Gordon against Redick. Shoots from the high post. Second chance shot. Outside Hardaway. From past the arc. That shot no good. Now Denver takes it the other way. And here's McGee. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Campazzo. Cauley-Stein defending. Count that bucket. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Campazzo, guarded by Doncic. It's rebounded by Doncic. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. Cauley-Stein kicks to Doncic. And foul. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, when Mike Malone talked to his team during that last time out, he said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. Murray outside. Takes a three. Drops in the tray. And the Nuggets lead by 11.
Jokic has such nice instincts for a big guy. Knows exactly when to shoot off the catch.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Murray kicks the ball. Denver passing it around. Outside Gordon. Back to Jokic. Murray outside. Jokic inside. He's against Porzingis. Jokic finds Gordon. For three, Murray. Porzingis with the rebound. Here are the Mavericks now. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Doncic. And it's sent back by Jokic. And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way. Over to the wing. Jokic passes to Bull.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Millsap looking it over. And another miss by Denver. Doncic outside. And Doncic throws it down.
Well, showing you some power there, fellas. I mean, nice to see Doncic get up and drop it in with force that time.
So we see Denver get the win here. A truly gutsy.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The beaches of Santa Monica and Venice not looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Jokic is out there with Porter. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Bol in at the 5 down low. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in LA, but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
And just paying attention to the details, it makes great reads offensively. Jokic is so comfortable with the catch and shoot.
Now here's Batum. Jackson kicks to Zubac. And a wide open look for Porter. Jokic, great positioning on the putback.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
Zubac finds Jackson. Back to Zubac. Outside for Jackson. Outside Leonard. 5 to shoot. And that one is good.
One of the toughest covers in the league. Kawhi's jumper just keeps getting better.
Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Murray against Jackson. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Passes it to Zubac. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. The Nuggets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Barton passes to Jokic. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Jokic has got 6 points.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
And it goes down 2 points.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Murray dishes to Porter. Back to Murray. The pass to Jokic. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. He's got 8. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Outside Jackson. 1:39 left to play in the first. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Barton kicks to Jokic. Down low. Outside for Murray. Off target from three-point range.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
Murray against Jackson. Jokic passes to Murray. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Porter looking it over. Launches a three. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And that's a foul called on Bol Bol. That is his first foul of the game. So, for the Clippers, Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Now, here's George. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Strong take by Paul. He plays with great decisiveness.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. Big group substitution here for Denver.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Gordon, the pass to Dozier. Rondo against Gordon. There's 25 seconds left in the first. Count that one.
And there's just so much athleticism to Gordon's game. Good luck trying to contain him inside.
Rondo dishes to Morris. Rondo drives in. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Here's Gordon. From 15 feet away.
One of the best defenders in the NBA, Paul George displays strong timing and discipline.
Jokic firing on all cylinders for Denver. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Morris. He's out there with Luke Kennard. Rajon Rondo is out there with Patrick Patterson. And it's man in at the 2-guard spot. Denver in the lead. Murray kicks to Millsap. Dishes it to McGee. Banked in off the glass.
And you see the vision from Paul Millsap. That's another area that he provides for his teams.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. Morris outside. Here's Mann. He's covered by Murray. Mann gets the bucket.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
The Nuggets shoot has been just outrageous. 64% from the field to this point. Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. It's intercepted. Patterson finds Rondo. Here's Mann. He's covered by Murray. Kennard against Millsap. Kennard's shot is off.
Well, how can you not love the continued resurgence of JaVale McGee? There were some years where he was trying to figure it out. Now he's a big factor for this team at center. Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Kennard kicks to Morris. Feeds to Patterson. It's stolen by Green. Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. The feed now to Green. Clock at 6. From deep. It's not going to go for him. So the Clippers will take it the other way. You know, Smitty, the change for McGee's pretty simple. He got some direction on how to play. Now he does everything he can to play within himself.
Kevin, that has been a huge difference maker for JaVale McGee. And you know, when he's focused, he can make an impact. Plays in short bursts, but very effective.
The Nuggets leading by 4. Stolen. And now the Clippers on the break. Out to the wing. Pulls up from the corner. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Rondo. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. Murray against Patterson. McGee, good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists in the game.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
Now here's Patterson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to man. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Kennard against Millsap. Out to Morris. Over Green. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Outside Millsap. Pass to Green. Murray outside. Off target from outside. Picked his pocket. And that'll do it for the first half of competitive games. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. The first quarter was all about Nikola Jokic. He had 8 points and 1 rebound. Kenny York. And that'll do it for us, the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. We've got Will Barton. Hole is out there with Jokic. And there's Gordon. And it's Porter at the small forward.
We all know Gordon isn't just going to lay it up. He's going for the throwdown every time.
Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. Didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go. And I can't say I blame him.
And with the dunk contest and Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks he pulled off, Greg, were outstanding.
I mean, going over Taco Fall was the big one. The one-handed windmill was impressive as well. Gordon doesn't need a trophy. Everyone knows he's one of the best dunkers we've ever seen.
Now here's Barton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Out of nowhere, Gordon just soaring in there, and that athleticism carries him straight to the hoop.
Inside. Got a piece of it. 3-on-3. Paul George with the steal. On the wing, Jackson, defended by Gordon. Zubac kicks to Batum. Outside, George. Makes it off the glass. George has got 4 points this quarter.
So comfortable in pick and roll. Paul George is a top-level ball handler who consistently makes the right play.
Now, here's Jokic. 8 points for him. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 6. Porter, and finished off by Porter.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
Jokic with the steal. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end.
Now here's Zubac. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Gordon against Jackson. Gordon the pass to Barton. Back to Gordon. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant. And
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
So for the Clippers, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Paul George. Now here's Murray. A minute 42 left in the third quarter of the game. There's the dish to Millsap. And that one drops for him. Millsap's got the lead up to 8 now for Denver.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And it's Rondo penetrating. Here's Patterson. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
One of the more instinctive passers over the last decade. Rondo quickly locates the open man.
Passes to Millsap. Here's Jokic. Campazzo covered by Morris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Porter, no luck. Clippers trail by 6. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Green's checked in. Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. Here's Millsap. Back to Porter. Shoots over Leonard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the athleticism and size of Porter creates problems for the defense. Hard to guard without getting physical.
And the Nuggets making a change here. And Porter drops them both. And the Clippers have possession. Trailing here by 8. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Rondo dishes to Jackson. Back to Rondo. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Morris kicks to Rondo. There's the pass to Patterson. Clock at 4. Jackson misses.
Yeah, good job. Just staying alert there, snatching up that long rebound.
Patterson is so active and efficient with his movements inside.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Patrick Patterson is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Rondo in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. 4-point game. They kick it out to Green. Back to Murray. 6 on the shot clock. The jump hook. And the shot goes down. And the Nuggets lead by 6.
The offense was firing on all cylinders, and that's the exact kind of shot they wanted.
Rondo looking around. He feeds it to Patterson. He dishes it to Morris. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Paul George in for Rajon Rondo. The Nuggets also changing it up. Bol comes in for Paul Millsap. And Barton subbed in for JaMychal Green. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
Jokic against Batum. Just his first attempt, and he drops that one in.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
The Nuggets leading by 6. And here is Murray. Pass to Jokic. And it's Denver scoring again.
Plays a rugged game down low. Jokic's toughness adds character to the identity of this team.
Outside Batum, and the dunk by Zubac.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Murray. Jokic has got the lead up to 8 now for Denver. Pass to Batum. Back to George. This one for 3. Jokic grabs the miss.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
From deep 3-point range, Denver the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Back to Jackson. Kicks it out to Leonard. To the paint. Here's Zubac. Knocks it loose. Jokic with the steal. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. And Barton throws it down.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Leonard against Gordon. Ball's knocked loose, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And the Clippers have possession. And Batum kicks to Jackson. Leonard on the wing, defended by Gordon. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
That time he kept it himself. Leonard playing a chess game on the pick and roll.
The Nuggets leading by 8. Murray surveying the D. Feeds it to Bol. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Denver.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jokic.
He really played at his preferred pace. Never let adjustments by the defense speed him up or slow him down.
Murray against Jackson. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Offline with his 3.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
They couldn't make enough plays when it mattered. Interesting game, though, in terms of some of the matchups.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. The shot's good.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
The Nuggets now on offense. They've led by as much as 10. Gordon outside. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Barton dishes the bowl. Back to Barton. There's Porter with the three. Misses the shot. So we see Denver get the win here. This was all right, David. Thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. they've got a few injuries on their bench. Less options, but anything not too big of an impact for them.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
And the Clippers starting 5. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the 2. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered. At the point guard position in particular, much more scoring expected than in decades past.
I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feel secondary.
Now, here's Doncic. Got a hand on it. Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
Doncic with it. George picks him up. And that one's good. Doncic.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Jackson. Tries again. Zubac kicks to Jackson. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
Doncic against Jackson. And the dunk by Doncic.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Clippers with the ball. The Mavericks making the shot. Zubac trying to break loose. George, no good. Here's Finney-Smith. He's covered by Leonard.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
Really at the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and, Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls. And I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Doncic, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Good work there as it goes.
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers, a skinny kid. Not so much anymore.
Here's Doncic. Paul George making his last shot. Paul George with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Batum wide open. He fires. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 5. Stolen by Zubac. And now the Clippers on the break. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. In the corner, George with it. It's rebounded by Dallas.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
The offensive rebound. Here's Porzingis. Here's Doncic. He can't hit that time. George with the defensive effort. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. Yep, that one goes in there.
Leonard did a good job to take a picture there, recognizing what was going on, read the defense, and then finds a soft spot in the mid-range.
Now, here's Doncic. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard, killing it in transition.
Here's Doncic, and the rejection by Zubac.
It wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet. Good chance to see Paul George verts that time.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Doncic. That one drops for him. Doncic has got 7 points in the game.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Doncic against Jackson to the middle. Here's Zubac. Back to Jackson. Again, the Clippers.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
The drive by Doncic. Stolen by Zubac. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And Batum throws it down.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
George up top. Richardson cover. To the inside. Zubac. Back to George. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll return shortly. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Dallas, Burke is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Cauley Stein. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Melly in a power forward position. Los Angeles leading by 9. Man passes to Patterson. Kennard up top. Back to Patterson. Kennard on the wing. Drains it from beyond the arc. Kennard's got the lead up to 12 now for Los Angeles.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. To the wing on the left. Back to Morris. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Rondo passes to Patterson. Can't cash in from close range. And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for Dallas. Here's Hardaway. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Pass to Kennard. Outside Rondo. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces. But title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Passes it to Rondo. On the wing, Morris. In the corner, it's Patterson. Bangs home the trifecta. Patterson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, Patterson being a little more assertive in the offense here tonight, ready to shoot that time off the direct pass.
Here's Brunson. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Now, here is Morris. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And an excellent pass by Morris. A guy known for his finishing ability, but he also has the skills to facilitate.
Brunson against Rondo. Brunson, no good. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Now, here's Doncic. Lays it up off the glass. Doncic has got 11.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
The pass to Kennard. Back to Leonard. 1:02 left in the first half of basketball. Zubac, that's good. Zubac has got his first points in this one.
Yeah, Leonard has the ball in his hands a ton, and those are some big hands. Comfortable handling the rock and making plays.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line. And the Clippers making a change here. Batum's checked in. The Mavericks have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Now, here's Batum. There's 37 seconds left now here in the second. Leonard kicks to Batum. Pass to Zubac. 5 on the clock. The drive by Jackson. Zubac trying to break loose. Jackson misses. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
And you can see Porzingis, a great job as a big to run the floor and help get that 3.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
And hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Count it. Good.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Doncic feeling it out. It'll count. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the end. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 10.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the 1.
Love the fast hands of Richardson there. Always active on the defensive end, using his length and constantly prowling for steals.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Porzingis with the block. Out to Doncic. Richardson gets a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Yeah, it was weird because it looked like the defense was ready for the move, but Paul George had a little something extra for him.
Richardson against George. Pass to Kleba. No one on him, and he makes the easy one.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
It's George on the wing. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And for a player who didn't enter the league with breakdown ability off the dribble, guess what? Kawhi will break you down.
Here's Doncic, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Here's Man. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Outside Rondo. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. No good that time. Here's Doncic. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. And now just a 3-point Clipper lead.
Yeah, they've only missed 1 out of their first 5 shots here in the second half, guys. Their offense really moving well, ball snapping, and the shooting looks to be in great rhythm.
Now here's Rondo. Patterson. Rondo finds Patterson. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Man, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Brunson, no good. Clippers leading by 5. Here's Rondo. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
And the wide-open shot from Morris. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And this is in Morris's wheelhouse right here. Extremely fluid with the catch and release.
And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping the fast break chance. Takes the 3. Morris, no good. Mavericks trail by 10. Fast break Dallas. Doncic leading the charge. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Doncic has got 10 points now just in this quarter. Morris kicks to Rondo. 55 seconds left in the third. Passes it to Man. 5 to shoot. The dish now to Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
That's a defensive breakdown. You can't let him get that deep.
Yeah, how do you let him get a lounge chair down there and be comfortable in the paint like that?
Here's Doncic. And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. That's on Patrick Patterson.
And possesses such a refined feel for the game. Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Zinkis, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Jalen Brunson. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Well, whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Richardson's checked in, and he comes up with the deuce.
The attacking mentality of Josh Richardson right now, proving once again how tough a cover he can be.
Outside Jackson, and stolen by Richardson. Here's Powell. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Completely lost focus. You can't get 2 steps ahead.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
And so it's Los Angeles in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Back right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Dwight Powell is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. He told them this game wasn't over yet. He said, don't give up. If you make a few big plays, we're right back in this game. Stay the course. Back to you, Kevin.
Here's George. Powell pulls it in. Mavericks trail by 6. And the wide open shot from Redick. Off target with his 3. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And it's in there. 16 points for Leonard.
Yeah, what a game by Leonard, but you wouldn't know it by the way he's reacting out there. Just stone-faced, but getting the job done.
Richardson attacking. And the rejection by Zubac. And up the floor again. The Clippers running the floor. Back to Morris. Redick against George. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
What great body control there. George, tremendous athlete, takes the hit, and he makes that one count.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Richardson. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. And the Mavericks call time here. Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to effecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Leonard kicks to George. The rebound by Marjanovic.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
The shot, no good. Nice D from Doncic. Mavericks trail by 9. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. The shot by Powell, no good. Clippers have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Los Angeles. And it's the Clippers with the ball. To the wing right side. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. He dishes it to Leonard. Back to Rondo. Down low. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Rondo. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
Orchestrating right now, Rondo should be playing with a baton.
Doncic against Rondo. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
here's George. That one, no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Redick for three. Drops in the tray.
Love Redick expanding his range. You got to have a great base and balance. JJ has it there.
Clippers leading by 6. The pass to Leonard. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. He kicks it to George. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Redick against George. And that one drops. George has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
And here's Doncic from the arc. They get it again. Howell. And the rejection by Zubac. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
And it's Doncic missing.
He's getting good looks on the floor, but he simply cannot bury anything right now. He's got to stay confident, though, because everyone knows he can hit those shots.
Batum with the three. Powell pulls it in. 16 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Some room here for Richardson. It's rebounded by Rondo. Batum finds Rondo. Over in the corner, Zubac. His three-pointers off the mark. So the Clippers with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
It really was. And
And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for Denver, Jamal Murray is out there with Will Barton. Then it's Porter. Then there's Bull. And it's Jokic in at the 4 slot.
Tell you what, guys, I don't think you ever have to question Doncic's effort level. He attacks the glass and the game all the same.
Murray kicks to Barton. Here is Porter. Pass to Murray. Shot clock at 6. Richardson against Barton. Misses from short range. It's Richardson on the wing. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
In the corner, Bull with it. Up top, Porter. A fader. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. They get it back. Here's Porzingis. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
Well, you can see it in his eyes. Porzingis looking aggressively for his shot.
And where Finney Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And you know, Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation.
Here's Doncic following the score by Jamal Murray. Another shot, and Bol pulls it down. Here's Denver now, trailing by 2. Here's Jokic. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And Jokic throws it down.
Boy, Jokic always in sync with his teammates, which is part of why he's able to put together these highlight reel sequences.
Now, here's Doncic. Now the pass to Porzingis. Porter with the steal. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. It's blocked. Here's Richardson. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for Denver. Campazzo. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Luka Doncic.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Redick comes in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Now here's Brunson. Here's Cauley-Stein. McGee with the block.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking.
Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Denver in the lead. Here's Dozier. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
59 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Powell. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Boy, very easy that time for Powell. He's not going to miss that one.
Campazzo. Najee. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Brunson kicks to Hardaway. Three-pointer. Denver grabs the miss.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Najee passes to McGee. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Hey, there's a reason why he shoots such a high percentage, guys. I mean, he picks smart shots, high-quality shots, in close shots that he takes.
Brunson finds Cauley-Stein. Out to Hardaway. Millsap with the steal. And they're pushing it up. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Just 4 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Brunson. And wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Denver on top, up by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action.
Selfless. I mean, you need to look your...
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Denver, they've got JaVale McGee, Aaron Gordon out there with Paul Millsap, and it's Dozier in the shooting guard. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Dallas.
Tell you what, that remarkable foot speed of Gordon really causes problems for the defense. He's a hard guy to keep in front of.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Porzingis is checked in. Well, in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Well,
wow.
I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yep, I'm going to agree with you.
You know, Porzingis is a unique big man.
And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Then for the Mavericks, Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. And it's Richardson in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Murray kicks the ball. The dish to Porter. Just 5 on the clock. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. Pass break, Dallas. Richardson's running over Porter. Count it. And the Nugget lead has been cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Richardson.
Richardson getting points in transition. Easy buckets thanks to his hustle after the steal. And that's how you take advantage of the turnover.
Now Bull. No points in the game yet for him. Murray. Doncic with the block.
You know, I like that Doncic, guys, doesn't back down on defense and tries to make it hard for his opponents.
Mavericks trail by 4. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Count it.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And here is Murray. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's on Luka Doncic.
And the strength of Murray. Finishing the shot off easily, even with the harm.
Dallas making a switch here. Finney-Smith's checked in. Free throw good, Murray. Mavericks have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Doncic feeling it out. Goes up with it. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Tell you what, guys, that's not an easy finish, but somehow Doncic makes it look rather effortless.
Here's Gordon. Pass to Dozier. Back to Gordon. Here's Najee. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 4 points in the quarter.
It's never easy in the NBA, folks. I mean, great job by Gordon to just dismiss the contact and still score.
And the shot is good. The Denver lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Doncic.
He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
And it's Gordon penetrating, and it's denied. And so the ball is out of bounds. Richardson touched it last.
He's going to throw his arm out trying to make a pass of that length.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Denver. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Here's Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Not much the defense could do there with Richardson bouncing like that.
And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Takes it from 10. And too long on the shot. The Nuggets have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Najee passes to Gordon. Clock at 6. Outside, Green. No good on the triple. Richardson against Green. Richardson the pass to Melli. To the paint. Ripped away. And a close game so far through the... All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much danger. And that's...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Gordon, the pass to Millsap. Pass to Jokic. Doncic with the steal. Here's Richardson. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Porzingis has got the lead up to 4 now for Dallas.
Guys, you look at Porzingis, and it seems like he's got a knack for chasing down the ball on the offensive glass. Really good instinct.
A different look for Denver. Porter's checked in for Millsap. Barton comes in for JaMychal Green. And Murray's subbed in for Gordon. And Dallas with a change here, too. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Doncic with it. Now defended by Jokic.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
And you look for why they keep giving up buckets here. And their boxing out, or lack of boxing out, is really hurting them.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. And he gets the bucket. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career, and that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
He kicks the ball. Barton outside. Denver the rebound. Here's Jokic. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Jokic has got 7.
Boy, a lot of energy and hustle on display from Jokic that time. Never giving up on a possession.
Doncic outside. To the middle. Here's Powell. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Powell's got his second bucket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Jokic inside. Powell on him. Here's Bol. And again, it's Denver.
You know, if you get open, you can bet that Jokic is going to find you. His floor awareness is off the charts.
Doncic against Murray. And stolen by Murray. Oh, Porter in position. Bol, that's good. Bol's got 4 points this quarter.
And you see defenses trying to be physical with Bol. That time, contact on the shot had no effect.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
He gets it in there.
Doncic showing you his smarts there because he really sized up the situation and took advantage of what the defense gave him.
And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. They grab their own miss. Jokic with the bucket.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Burke looking over the floor. Shoots the 3. Rebound by JaVale McGee. McGee's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Dozier kicks to Jokic. Porter passes to Jokic. For the lead. The shot is good off the backboard. Jokic has got 9 points here in the second half.
Jokic has the ability to score from just about anywhere, but he's most dangerous inside. Tremendous skill in the painted area.
Here's Burke. Offensive rebound.
Really good job on the inside that time. I mean, he had to work for that rebound. He got it done.
And finished off by Porter.
Well, when you've got Porter's length, this is what you can do. It makes it easy to get to the rim for the throwdown.
Jokic firing on all cylinders for Denver. He finishes with 9 points. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Mavericks trail by 4. We've got Aaron Gordon, Paul Millsap out there with JaVale McGee, and it's Dozier in at the 2 spot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Here's Brunson. No good there. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. And it's McGee penetrating. And the layup falls. And the Nuggets lead by 6.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
Now here's Brunson. Defense is right there. And they pick up 2.
And how about the grit and determination in the post. I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Passes it to Gordon. Shot clock at 5. McGee with it. Hardaway picks him up. And it's Gordon missing.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Here's Brunson. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
The Nuggets shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Campazzo, that's tipped. Outside Hardaway. He feeds it to Cauley Stein. Shoots over McGee to tie it up. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
The Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Outside Gordon. There's the pass to Millsap. 4 on the shot clock. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, he's a fighter now, and he's physical, so he'll battle you inside, and Millsap's going to take it right at you. He really forces your hand when you're defending it.
Both teams deciding to change it up. The Mavericks trailing. Doncic finds Redick. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Pass to Marjanovic. Now Doncic. 6 to shoot. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
Doncic not afraid of the moment, actually embraces the spotlight. This guy steps up big when needed most.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Double team on Millsap. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
And you can see he thought he had a little more room on that sideline and got squeezed out of bounds. That one could have been avoided.
Jokic, he's checked in for Paul Millsap. Doncic outside. A minute 50 left in the game. Redick bounce pass. Here's Cauley Stein, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime.
Doncic against Murray. And another shot. Here's Bull. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
Zinkas, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. 1:27 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. Denver needs to get off a shot. Barton, wide open. He fires. Good on the three-point shot. Barton's got his first 3 points of the game. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Doncic outside. They get the rebound. No good that time. And so it's Barton bringing it up for Denver. It's a 1-point game. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's Barton. Count it!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Doncic dishes to Redick. From outside, off the mark. Bull with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Here's Barton. And the rejection by Marjanovic.
And it's all about the three right here.
No doubt. I mean, the next shot has to be a three.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And stolen by Murray.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 5-point game.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
Doncic against Murray. They grab their own miss. Out to Doncic. So the Nuggets win it. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But in the end, everyone's satisfied.